Oh my God.
Hello.
I didn't put on my snazzy hat.
No, you didn't.
Oh my God.
Do you want to go get it?
Nah.
Okay.
Welcome to another...
Exciting episode.
Oh my God, I'm feelingfun.com.
That's right.
And it's not letting us share. Oh my God. Right. So, today we've got a
manifesting questions answered live.
That's right, we've got a super special show today.
Go to freeneville.com.
That's right.
Join us in manifestingmasterycourse.com.
That's right.
And for refunds, go to feelitrealfun.com.
That's right. It's going to be an awesome show, so let's dive in, Victoria.
Okay. Our first one's from Jake.
Dream-driven Jake.
Jake.
Yeah, MM as well.
Right. So,
all right.
He asks, can you do a 20 riff bet on this Neville quote?
It sure can.
And it is, nothing is more important to us than our conception of ourselves, and especially is true of our concept of the deep dimensionally greater one within us.
All right, so let's look at two different sides of the coin. One, I've got this concept of self-loving teacher, right? And loving teacher does what's loving. He doesn't always do what's polite. He doesn't always do what's politically acceptable.
Yes.
Right? Seriously, right? I don't see the point in it. I see a lot of political correctness and, continue to do what you're doing because it's nice and fluffy. Bullshit, right? Like if you say 2 + 2 is 5, I'm punching you, right? Yeah, we'll see, But here's the thing. So there's the normal thing where we talk about concept of self, and that's cool. But what is your concept of self? Loving teacher, loving husband, loving puppy, dad. You get those are where I manifest from a lot. Mm-hmm. If that intrigues you, go to manifestingtothemax.com. Check that out. But the second part of this quote is what's really, really cool, because especially true of our concept of the deep, dimensionally greater one within us. I watch people struggle with this because they go, I can't possibly be God. Say, oh yeah, cool. Then forget the G word. Right? What do you believe about the big you? What do you notice about the concept of the big you? Because when I notice when people get hung up a lot, that they've got weird concepts about God. And my little personal journey was this. First, I had to abandon my concepts of self at the normal level. Normal being policeman. Couldn't be a policeman anymore. Prison guard. Had no interest in being a prison guard anymore. Right? Then I moved butt wipers. See, I went through a bunch of phases. One of them was spiritual healer teacher guy that was broke because spiritual people don't need things. Well, tell that to your mortgage company, right? Yeah. So I had to abandon a lot of those little things, but I also got to abandon the big thing, being, how do I define this external power? How do I define God? What limitations am I putting on all this versus discovering who I am and how this works? And there's the thing, because as long as you go, well, there are exceptions to this and I'm not God. It's like, all right, cool. You've got hang-ups on words. You've got concepts about God that you're not comfy with.
Yeah, got
right?
you.
Yeah, I really love when people say, well, no, we're not God, but I'm goddess. So why? Because you got oops, right?
Yeah.
Abandon all that. And you find that you get to explore both, who do you get to be in this world? You get loving husband, loving puppy dad, loving teacher. Those all began with desires. They've become concepts of self-identity that I just adore and have fun with. Imagine how lovely it is to be loving husband, loving happy husband, and have her to play that part with. Fuck, it's fun, right?
So, can I ask, so this concept of the deep dimensionally greater one within us, so is he meaning that we are all one? This is all me. It's
the one made of many, the Elohim. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Cool.
All right.
Just exploring that. Because here's another one. Ready? Well, I believe that I create my own universe and she creates her own universe because we're all gods. And who is it if I want a hamburger and Victoria wants the same hamburger, which one of us gets it? Oh, we both do because we both live in our own universes. Right? It's just freaking
starts getting
nutcase.
Really complicated.
Versus, what is this? Don't define the concept. Stop defining the concept of the greater dimensionally self of you. Discover it. Okay? And if you play with the tools, you're going to discover the truth about you. And that's what sets you free. Joe says, call him Gus. Works for me.
Call him Gus.
That's it.
Cool. You know that big man in the sky? Gus.
Boom. Yeah. Just have fun. By the way, watch how this weaves into the rest of the show, because we've got some great questions here.
Sweet.
And we'll hand it over to...
Victoria.
Oh, that's cool. Victoria will do it. I tell you, the Oracle looks pretty damn good today. Victoria.
Sweet. The next question's from Julie.
By the way, we've got Joe Weldon in the house and Bruce Root, Dream Driven Dayers.
Both, yeah,
Boom!
I know.
Great to
And
see you
Yasmin
guys.
Maxwell.
And Yazzer Maxwell.
Diddy.
That's true.
Okay, this one's from Julie. I really struggle to imagine what I want. I want to not work anymore. I'm 62 and take care of kids in my home. I want to leave Florida and move to the West Coast.
Quick stop. Trying to imagine not a negative gets weird.
Yes.
Right? It's like me asking Victoria, hey, I don't want to take you out for Chinese today.
Yeah.
Does
Well,
that mean you want to stay
take me
home?
out for?
Right. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
she's going one direction, I'm going in another direction.
Yeah.
It just sort of makes it weird.
Yeah.
What do you want to do instead of work? Okay, and by the way, I think you drill into this a little bit. But yeah, I don't want to work anymore. Cool. What do you want to do? What do you want to do with your time? Okay, I find if we get stuck on, I don't want to work anymore, it's like I don't want to eat carrots anymore. Well, you better pick some food or else you're going to starve. Dog just went outside. That was cool.
Yeah.
All right, continue.
Okay, I'm just not sure how to imagine that I try to see me in a different home, but I can't sustain the image. I just started a part-time business as a health coach after losing 30 pounds.
Cool. You notice how it sort of runs on and on?
Yeah.
Cool. So you want to live on the West Coast. You're in Florida. Right now, Washington, D.C. is above you. What if Washington, D.C. was far off to the right? You get it? This is a really powerful one, because when I lived in Pennsylvania, America's Pennies, otherwise known as Florida, was to my south. Right? Now, America's Pennies is way off to my right. Right? It's way off to my right. Yeah, if you look at it, it's a thing.
Yeah, no,
and
I get that.
And it's got some little
It's what
dribble
you call
islands
it.
at the bottom. Right?
The dribbles.
Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, the Florida Keys, they're the dribbles.
Okay.
Right? So, there's that one, right? Feel that Washington, D.C. or New York City is way off to the right instead of way up to the
North.
top. You get it? Play with that. Such a good one. And remember, it's about feeling. You don't have to sustain an image. You get to surrender to a feeling. Sherry, Christine. What? Why you
Come on, do you?
All right.
Okay. You come
So,
up here,
Victoria,
won't you?
continue on
The
the
last
next
part
bit.
of Julie's is I've tried to imagine having success with that, which I am maybe the health coach bit, but I don't know. But I don't seem to know how. How do I imagine a whole different life than my real life?
Cool. So notice what's happening here. How do I imagine up a whole different thing compared to my real?
Yeah.
You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. The physical is not real. Neither is the imaginal. Actually, they both are equally a dream. And when you are what gives it life. What you're feeling, okay? Yeah, let this be really simple. What do you want today? Chinese? Do you want to go out or eat in? Right? Notice the desire, give that life, right? The whole thing about being a health coach and all that good stuff, same kind of thing. If you were doing what you loved, throughout the day, how would you fall asleep at night? Yeah, I go to sleep very satisfied most of the time, right? I wake up eager. Okay, I do.
Yeah,
I wake up.
To start the
Yeah,
day.
it's like, right. It's like, all right, cool. What time is it? Listen to the birds. About 4:30. Okay, do I stay in bed or get up? Let's do a little feeling real. Get up. Right? This is the cool thing. So you don't, by the way, yeah, you may or may not want to be a health coach. I don't know. But whatever it is, if you imagine that you're waking up eager, looking forward to what you get to do today, right? There's the feeling that gets me out of bed. Yeah. Brr, 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 brr. So, play with that. And don't make this a crass commercial for something that you cannot get into. DreamDrivenDay.com. There's a reason why I formatted that according to your day. Trying to imagine up a whole new life is overwhelming.
Yeah.
Right? That's like trying to remember what is all in the entire grocery store. Versus right in front of you is some stuff. Do you want it or not? You get it? Your day is a reflection of you. Imagine up what implies that your day has gone your way. Imagine what implies that your day is going to be great again. You get it? The chunk size of day is transformational. So anyone who wants to get in Dream Driven Day, you got to wait till February, right, of 2020. my year, because we're not going to run it over Christmas.
Yeah.
So here's the deal, guys. Focus on your day. Focus on events of your day having gone your way. You get it? So much cooler. So, Vic and Notoria.
Sweet. Thank you, Julie, for that one.
All right.
Next questions.
Fall asleep satisfied.
The next question's from Thea. One thing that came to my mind today as I decided to change my state and increase my income. Cool. We always talk about doubling the income, but what if the desired state is 5 times my current income? Just moving forward to that immediately or double till the goal.
Cool. Let's dive in. I love doubling because it's something people can relate to. Okay, if you open up, if you have 2 hands that are closed and you open one up, you can feel there's a difference. If you've got 2 eyes and one of them is open and then you open up the other one, there's a difference. Cover up one ear and open it up and there's a difference. This is something which is very simple. And the whole doubling thing, I made that up. And I'll tell you why. Because if we focus on just, I want to make 5 times the income, people tend to go into Napoleon Hill mode at that point. What do I need to sacrifice or do to make it happen? Right? That gets rough, it gets weird, because suddenly it's like, oh, how do I flip burgers at McDonald's. How do I make 150 grand a year there? Well, like, maybe I work there 10 times as long or 5 times. Yeah, it just gets whack. Versus, again, this is why I keep saying, what I want you to do is imagine how would you buy peanut butter if you doubled your income when you worked half the time? And watch where this goes. You know what? You might not rush through the grocery store to get home. You might be there when I am at 9 in the morning.
Yeah, or
right? when
11 in the morning or 2 in the afternoon.
Casually.
Wandering around.
When the crazy people aren't there. Because when people work for 8 hours and they got to get home and cook and they're barely getting by and they don't have enough money and they just spent 2 hours in the car and they got to go home to the screaming family and make peanut butter sandwiches, their experience of buying with a peanut butter that's on sale because they can't afford anything else is very different than me casually going through and saying hi to 10, 20 people.
Yeah.
Talking to the peanut butter. Right?
Yes.
So it's just like, you're wondering why people can't do math because they never do the discounts right. I have fun. You get it? So feel free to imagine up whatever you want. I find this is useful because it just destroys the rational brain, because Neville always says the rational is the interference. And ultimately, if you want 5 or 10 times your income, cool. Imagine what implies that is true for you. But notice how you do it. Because I notice most of the time when I talk to people, and they're like, yeah, I'm imagining up 10 times my income. Cool. What do you imagine that implies that? Well, I just got off my private jet after my trip to the Orient. And does it feel real?
Yeah.
Almost never. Versus, you know what buying petrol is like, right? If you doubled your income and worked half the time, right? So the little orange light comes on, I fill the damn thing up, I never look at the price. I go in and, hey, my buddy Kyle's working. How do I know Kyle? I know Kyle because I'm not in a rush to go sit in traffic. How you doing, Kyle? What's up? Tell me something good. Tell me something wonderful. What have you been up to since the last time I filled up? And he tells me a story. I make a friend. You get it? That's what it's like having doubled my income and worked half the time, double my income and work half the time again, to the point where I can talk to Kyle. So somebody write down, talk to Kyle method. Right? Boom.
Yes.
It's
Cool.
true. And there may be more. I'm not sure.
Yes, because we were talking about
This one.
it was Thea that was about
Do you want to read it?
double. Sometimes it doesn't. Think from here. Somehow it doesn't make sense to go step by step, as Neville always said, to move to the final state. The only obstacle may be the fact that one won't be able to. No, sorry, Emmett. There we go. Right. The only obstacle may be the fact that one won't be able to move so much forward because they won't be able to feel that state. I assume I'm right, am I?
Not sure what the last bit is, but here's the thing: whatever you can honestly feel real, there's the big key, right? I honestly feel, and I've done this, many times. Double my income, work half the time. Double my income, work half the time. When I get the question of shouldn't I just go to the end? Well, for you maybe, but also notice: are you imagining it's going to take a year to double your income, right? Or 5? You get it? A lot of times people are saying, "How do I speed it up?" How do you imagine it's slow? Stop doing that. So, whole bunch of stuff there to play with.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's definitely, you just nailed it then, because for her, 5 times is what she wants, but she thinks maybe she can't live from that state, whereas double she can, or something like that.
Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, sweet.
Cool.
Okay, thank you, Thea.
By the way, I imagined worldwide impact, right, a long time ago. And I looked at my stats. And I imagined, cool, what would it be like if I had twice as many web visitors per day? Right? How would I feel? How would I imagine if I had twice as many and spent half as much time online? Right? Little tiny things. And suddenly it's like, wow, cool. Instead of answering every fucking email one by one, I'll make a podcast and put it out there, and suddenly 700 people listen to it. Yeah. And then what happens is they go to the website, they subscribe. You get it? It exponentially goes up. But rationally, I can't figure that out. But, how do I double my impact and work half the time? Ooh, you get it? Suddenly a new idea out of the blue shows up. Want to come up? Come here. Come on.
You're going to be a good boy?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. Bye-bye. Yay. All right.
Okay,
You're staying
you stay
here.
there on that side.
Staying with Dad.
That's
all
it.
Right.
Cool. Okay, the next question is from Marcelin. When you go out of your desired state and want to move back into it, do you imagine a scene? If so, is this like digging your wish fulfilled back up, or is there a more efficient way to enter your desired state?
Cool. Turn it so I can read it. Cool. When you go out of your desired state, you're already out of it. So, and here's the thing, and if I could give one piece of advice, Law of Attraction by Neville Goddard. Get out of all the other Neville groups. In all seriousness, I am watching so much bullshit out there, and it's like, it just creates confusion. So I'm not saying you're in there. I'm just saying if you're in any other Neville group besides mine, please leave. Their group. Stay in mine, right? And the reason I say that is there's so much weird-ass thinking out there about, well, if I do more than one session, doesn't that mean I'm digging up the seed? No, you do a session if you feel you're out of state.
Yeah.
If I don't feel 100% loving puppy dad, loving husband, loving teacher, I imagine something that implies I am. Now here's the thing, I just tossed my dog a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Okay? And I imagine him being okay, and I also move back into my state of loving puppy dad, and he comes back up. Get it? I'm not staying in the state of angry puppy dad. Okay? I move back in, right? Cool. We got to do what you got to do. And here's the thing, and this is another thing that again I see through a lot of Neville groups. I don't use scenes anymore. Really? Neville used them during his whole career. And the reason I mention that is again, you're always experiencing imaginal scenes. I can guarantee that. And a scene can be something as simple as a feeling. When I talk about Victoria's Yum, I don't walk around in the state of getting great meat deals all the time. I get in that state when I'm in the store, right? And so I walk into the store and I go, right, do we need meat today? Yeah. Ooh, what do we want for lunch? And I'll experience a little yum. And when I experience that, that's a scene. It just puts me right into the state. So play with how micro can you make your scenes. Just let them become as micro as possible. Victoria's Yum, boom, okay? And if I know, like the other day, pork belly, oh, and I get her yum,
yeah,
and that visceralness of that, I know I've got it.
Yeah.
So if you find yourself out, you're already out. Doing a scene to get back in, let it be something short and sweet like that. And again, I'll toss out the other thing. There's just so much confusion out there. Please leave that behind. What's fun for me, I can watch what's going through all these other groups because of the private messages I get. It's like when I start getting like 5 or 6 in a row about a particular topic, I just go out and I find out, hey, what's going on out there? I go, fuck.
Oh, right.
There's like 4 posts in 3 different groups about this, and everybody's arguing about it, and most of the people arguing are not getting results, right? Stick with Neville, let it be simple, don't add in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And again, this is good. And this is a really good question, Marcy, because you notice it brings up a lot. As soon as you notice you're out, move back in. And how do you move back in? Have some sort of imaginal, visceral first-person experience. That's a scene. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to express it like that. Cool, I see you're here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Boom. Cool. Looking forward to your next update. Cool.
Sweet.
All right. Next.
Okay. The next question's from Carolyn. How to not get caught up by time, meaning I want this by this time, but getting things in a timely manner. Hope that's not confusing at all.
Cool. You're imagining it's going to take time. Okay, boom. It might. But here's the thing. When I stopped being concerned with time and realized that everything happens in exactly the right timing that I needed on, that's when it started happening at exactly the right time I needed it on. That's what's cool. Because if I start imagining, well, you know what, I need $5,000 by Friday. Man, I hope I get it. You get it?
Thing.
We've just gone into hope, and hope is nothing more than doubt with icing on top.
Yeah.
So you scratch that. So the whole thing with time, if you're not feeling it's already real. And here's the thing, lesson 3 in easymanifestingmethods.com is all about imagining what implies your wish has been fulfilled. So you notice when I was giving some of the earlier examples, you don't have to imagine anything with the work, right? If you've got that dream job set up or your business is doing great and you love what you do, imagine getting out of bed in the morning like I do.
Yeah.
Right? I don't grumpa-doos out of bed.
Grumpa-doos.
Right? Yeah, I'm up.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine that. So looking forward to your next day of play. You get it? Boom. Imagine what implies your wish has been fulfilled. And there we go. Cool.
Thanks, Carolyn. Next question's from Sage. I have noticed the more I live in the state, the more relaxed I become. Is this normal?
I'd say so. Unless you want to live in a state of stressed out housewife that blames everything on the neighbor, right? Got one of those this morning. It's like, obviously that's not a state that leads to relaxation. But when you really start getting who you are, how this works, and living in a state of your actual wish fulfilled, you get I had an upset with Emmett a little bit ago, and now he's here on my lap asleep. Totally cool, right? I surrendered to it. I surrendered to loving puppy dad again. And here he is. I really didn't lose it before, but I made sure I really went into my little boy gets how much I love him. And then, got it? How is bacon bits? Oh my God. I made the best bacon last night, Joe.
Yes, you did. Even, actually, Emmett and Bruce got some. Yeah.
Cool. Did I answer that?
Cool. I've noticed. Yes. Yeah.
You know what's cool? Like, even when you have an upset, and I'll bring it in because it's in the show, right? When you really get who you are and how this works, you realize, you can have an upset show up. You can even be wrong once in a while, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Not
all
often.
that often. Not all that often for me, right? Me. But you can, instead of beating yourself up or being stressed out about it for 9 years, it's like, I was a dick, right? And you revise, prune the vine, move on, right? Just boom, give life to the lovely. And that's relaxing. I mean, then you can actually enjoy your scotch, beer, coffee, or whatever instead of like needing it. It's like, Victoria's going to be home in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's right. I got to have some liquid courage to deal with her.
Before she walks in that door.
Oh my God. Hurricane Victoria.
Cool. Thank you, Sage.
She's more like a tropical storm. Oh.
The next question's from Cortez.
Morning, Cortez.
Can a person that follows Neville's teachings be also involved with organised religion?
Sure. You're probably going to experience it a little bit differently than most people, right? So, but yeah, absolutely. We've got folks that are, a little bit of this, we've got folks all through the spectrum that have dove into this. And the one thing that we've found repeatedly is that they just experience it differently, So, cool. Great question. Have fun exploring that. And going back to the earlier thing, like with Jake, you're what you understand about you and what you understand about God will change over time. The more you play, the more you will notice, oh my God, whatever religion you're into probably becomes more lovely and less stressful. And it may or may not continue to be useful for you, but you'll find it a lot more enjoyable. I will guarantee that. So,
Sweet, Cortez.
Cool, thank you.
The next question's from Luli, I think. Luli?
Yes.
Yep. If we dream of moving to the West Coast, for example, and we realise we don't enjoy living where we are living, Does the universe give us, or have I manifested, bad situations to help move me along? I swear that is how it is going down every time. I just manifested a direct competitor of my business literally half a block away. Is it happening to serve me, to get me to LA?
Don't know. Here's the thing, the universe doesn't give you nothing. The universe is dead, right? So whatever's happening is determined by the state you're in. So if you're actually living in the state of your wish fulfilled, whatever you need to do, whatever everyone else needs to do, it'll happen. And you just, you chop wood, you carry water. Other people will chop wood and carry water. It'll all happen the way it happens. You'll play your part, they'll play their part. One thing I have noticed is if you live with the paradigm, the universe is sending me a signal, the universe is trying to push me, a sign, I'm trying to learn life lessons so I can move to where I really would be happy. Again, all that secondary cause, and it just gets weird. Versus, what do you want? What's your real hunger? Move into the state of that wish fulfilled and let everything get you to where you got to go.
Yeah.
And notice if this has been a pattern that's happened before. Oh, Victoria,
yes.
You've ruined the whole show.
Right.
I'm going to revise that.
Okay.
All right. See, the whole show's not ruined now. Cool. Revise. Anything that's happened that you don't want to have happen again, and I'm not saying because this in a fearful way, but if it's not something that you want in your life, change it. Cool. And you just go in there and change it. Right? If this is a pattern that's happened before, change it. Just so Tyler says, except for Jehovah's Witnesses. You guys are having a great conversation. I'll have to check it out later on. Hey, Carrie, welcome to the show.
Cool. Another thing I just sort of thought of was it's almost like, because she might have a number of wishes, and or he or she, and one of them may be for their business to be booming, more like doubling income or something.
Yep.
And it could be just like a direct competitor moves you to make choices in your business, like expand in different ways. Do you know what I mean? To take something else on. It's not. Yeah.
Only you know what's going on there.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If I've had more than one client when we've discussed things, and it just shows up. I really don't want to do this business anymore. It's like, all right, so you've basically manifested, quote unquote, someone to take care of your people, and now you get to move on. Right? Stuff. Only you know what's actually going on. And the big thing is get into the state of your wish fulfilled and enjoy. Cool. Victoria.
Cool. Thank you, Luli. The next question is from Sue S. I'm getting hung up on verbiage. You seem to loathe the term visualize, but isn't that just another way of saying imagining? What's the difference? If I'm feeling it from the end and seeing the scene, does it matter what I call it?
Nope. If you're actually, here's the thing. I don't know what visualize means. It's like when people write me and say the word meditate. For some people, meditating is sitting there and clearing the head. For other people, it's staring at a candle. For some people, it's listening to someone talk in a monotone voice in a way that, I don't know what the fuck any of that means.
Yes.
Visualize is the same thing. The reason I'm a little critical on that term is also because Neville was. And he said, Neville basically said, you don't make a movie of yourself doing something. You feel what you would experience if you actually climbed the ladder.
Yeah.
And that's really important because all the time we hear from people, two things with visualizing. I love this. One, I've been seeing my scene for 3 years now and nothing has happened, right? And I say, wow, how do you feel? What do you mean feel, right?
Yes.
And then I find out what are you actually visualizing? I'm visualizing walking into my place of work and liking the job. It's just, right, that's too long, right? At the end of the workday, whenever you step outside and you smell the fresh air and you go, damn, looking forward to tomorrow, right? That fast. That's the feeling of can't wait to get back in there.
Yeah.
Right? How about that for a thing, right?
Yeah.
That fast. So, and you don't gotta see anything. And here's the other one. We had a lady in the group for 3 years. I can't do this because I can't visualize. And it's like, wow. First we proved that she could. It's like, do you know the difference between your mother and me? If not, it's going to get interesting. Because as Neville said, memory is imagination. So how do you know I'm talking to you and not your mother? right? You get it? Yeah, you can see me. You know what I look like,
Yeah.
right? Even if we hit the mute button, right? I promise you, you'll know I'm not your mother. The second thing is, you don't need to visualize. You don't need to see nothing.
Yeah.
The big thing is that feeling. That's the thing. You just feel the feeling that you would have if your wish were already fulfilled. Again, I feel a happiness because I experience Victoria's yum. I just don't see her yum. I just don't hear her yum. I experience what I would feel if the yum were already true. And there's the thing. Okay? And you watch what people talk about when they write visualizing. Fudge, it could be anything.
Yep.
So, boom. So,
Sweet.
there we go.
Thanks, Suez. Next question's from Helen. How to completely remove resistance towards manifesting a specific person or a financial situation?
Cool. I'd not bothered trying to manifest a specific person. Now, let's say that you're dating. I don't have a problem, and I don't think Neville would have a problem with imagining that you had a great date. I do that with her. We do this thing called Adventure Monday.
Yeah.
And I imagine after we get back,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, boom. All right? It was fun, right? We're dating. We're married. On the other hand, there's someone who, and again, I'm not saying you're doing this, but there's someone out there that I'm stalking that doesn't know I exist.
Yes.
Yeah, how do I make them mine? Again, there's the other extreme. And again, that just makes you run. And in relationship already, anytime I make it about her having to make me happy, which is if he was in my life, I'd be happy. If she does what I want, since she's in my life, I'll be happy. Shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
Every single time. Versus if I'm a happy, loving husband, miracles happen. Miracle. It's just fun then. Because it takes the pressure off of her. And it takes the craving out of me. The second bit on that was...
Or a financial situation. Like, so, just how to remove resistance if it's the specific person or a particular financial situation.
I don't know what that means. So the best thing I can say there, go play with the coffee game. If your financial situation was what you wanted, how would you experience a sip of coffee? And I don't mean that you'd see your Lamborghini or that you'd see your soulmate across from you. If you were happily married, if that's what your thing is, how would you experience that sip of coffee? I got to make coffee with her this morning.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that was fun. But if I was single and wanting to be with someone, the coffee would be a little different. You get it? But just feeling oh my God. Yeah. There. So, cool. We'll leave that one there. That's good.
Thanks, Helen.
Let us know if that helped, Helen.
Yeah. Next question's from Mike. How do I manifest a relationship with a special girl I like? Both she and I are single.
Cool. Are you imagining something that, again, I don't know where you guys are on the spectrum. Are you dating? Do you have a crush on her? Are you imagining that she would say yes?
Or have you already hunted her down, checked she's single?
Right? Yeah. She buried under a box in the house, right? Right? Buried under the steps or something, right?
Yeah.
So here's what I would imagine. First, that you just find that you easily get along with women. I'm just going way general here, right? That you get along with women well. Women find you enjoyable. Second, if you guys are chatting or something, or you could just imagine what would imply that. How would you feel if you were dating her? How would you feel if you were just happily dating? Notice I'm going a little more general. If you were just dating somebody and having a great time.
Yeah.
There's the one. Notice how easily she opens up there?
Yeah.
There's the thing. Because if it's about her, then there's probably going to be pressure. Versus, right, if you were in a relationship and really happy, how would you experience a sip of coffee in the morning? How would you fall asleep at night? You get it? So just feel and explore that a bit. Something really micro again. It seems to be part of the theme of today's show.
Yeah.
One sip of coffee? Cool. All right.
Thanks,
Next.
Mike.
Cool.
The next question's from Diane. I purchased your Manifesting Mastery course quite some time ago, to be honest. I have battled to apply it. I'm a single, this is quite a long Anyway, I'm a single, unemployed mother and really battling. My mother passed away recently and all her debt has fallen upon me to clear. I've begun playing the lottery as a way to get the money and give my children a life. I get a small social grant for my children. Please advise me what my scene would be as the idea. I would pace the corridor with excitement and the feeling of, oh my word, I've won, holding my phone close to my chest as I pace. I'm also trying desperately to find a job, although I would like to stay home with my children, but I keep thinking I must do something to get money in. So I'm, like Neville says, the man of two minds. I then think, okay, and think maybe I should try to win less money to tide us over for now. Maybe I should be called man in three minds. Please advise me. Greatly appreciated. Love and light, Diane.
Diane, I love that you wrote to us.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it right to the top. Ready?
Yes.
So you mentioned I purchased Manifesting Mastery, and
Yes.
to be honest, I've battled to apply it.
Yes.
Oh my God. I'm just imagining you having completed the course and having had a delightful time. Because here's the thing, all that other stuff is about your life. Neville says about changing the concept of yourself. Number one thing, right? And so if we're going to dive into a new concept of view, I get that there's a lot of battle, there's a lot of war. You want a victory so that peace can prevail. This is so freaking common, and we've all done it. And on the other hand, if we just chunk down a little bit and go, right, I'm imagining you having enjoyably had the adventure of a lifetime doing 90 days of Manifesting Mastery. Now, I can't remember if we've restarted your emails or not, or if you've told me to, but here's the thing. Imagine having had sent us the 7-day update every 7 days.
Yep.
Just imagine looking back at those and going, wow, I've really had a transformational experience. And then I guarantee, because if the concept of you is different, all this is going to be perceived and experienced, and what you actually desire, you'll find it much easier to manifest. So, again, going right up to the top. So, Manifesting Mastery, instead of it being a battle, I'm just imagining your letters. Your collection of letters that you've sent to us every 7 days, just going, damn, look at this. Look how I've changed.
Yeah.
There's the thing. Got it?
Yeah.
So that's where I would play. It's cool that you set it all up like that too.
Yeah.
Because it really does tell me, yeah, here it is.
Yeah.
Right? Because the lottery will come, lottery will go. But who you are, who you truly are, and what's truly possible for you, God, that makes it fun. And imagine teaching this to your kids. Whoa, that's cool. So,
Cool.
thanks, Diane.
Yeah. The next question is from CK. How do I keep the faith when... So, how do you focus on assuming your wish of having abundance and prosperity when you are witnessing this much prosperity on lack? I've also... Yeah.
That's it. Right? How do you imagine lunch? I just ate lunch. So if I'm imagining Victoria's yum, or the burp after, right? We just ate lunch. Oh, it was good. How do I imagine that when lunch isn't prepared? I don't even
Or
have
even
the
bought.
thought
Yeah.
yet, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing, because when you get the imaginal leads and the physical follows, the fact that I'm at the store and not in the garden, that it's going to be hours until we have lunch, that we don't even have it bought yet, all that is immaterial. All that actually is an adventure, right? So the first thing, philosophically, get the physical always follows. It always follows. And as soon as you get that, and when you honestly get that, you get to go, right, I'm not satisfied with this physical. Let me change what leads. And that changes everything. It takes you from, again, that being a war, going back to some earlier ones, to letting it be a dance. Right. You get it? Let us continue, Victoria.
Okay. I've also a wish of meeting a lover with whom I can share, owning my dream home and have a really prosperous business, getting myself to finalise the first book. I'll really appreciate receiving your help on what and how I can focus to let the flow of my goods or my goals in. Thanks a bunch for your support and reply.
Cool. As you keep going through Manifesting Mastery, you're going to notice these first 2 weeks and like week 4 really are big stage setters. And so play with those exercises, because what they're going to do is they're going to free up a lot of your attention and energy so that you can actually use the tools more effectively. But what's really cool is just take each one of these and just, see, there's 2 angles of approach. One, what would imply that you have a lover which you can share things with. Notice I'm not saying meeting one. Okay?
Yeah.
What if you already had a lover that you could share things with? What if you already lived in that dream home? What if you already had that prosperous business? What would imply each of those is true? Again, prosperous business, I can't wait to get out of bed.
Yeah.
Right? Living where I love to live. Often you'll notice I do the podcast early in the morning. I love sharing our bird song. It is gorgeous. Right? Getting myself to finalize my first book. Cool. Imagine having completed the sequel.
Yeah.
Right? Since you said first, right? Or you're the third in the series. You get it? What's it like having the 3rd book done and on the shelves?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. You're going to find as you play that instead of feeling everything is out there and you got to get to it, that it's actually behind you. That it's actually a part of your life now. And that's why Neville said, imagine what implies your wish has been fulfilled. Yeah, I am it. So there's where we get to play. But those really, that week 1, week 2, and week 4, those are really philosophical core lessons in MM that are really going to rock your world with this. So play with those. If you don't have the complete Easy Manifesting Methods videos things handy, get those or drop me an email. Because again, that whole thing about imagining what implies the wish has been fulfilled, that's important. Joe says, is Emmett snoring?
I think
he was
thought he heard something, yes, so he was just letting him know.
Yeah, he was communicating. Cool. So, Mike, cool. Welcome to the show. Happy birthday again a few days late. So, happy birthday. Enjoy a bubbly one of each, my friend.
Yeah.
So, boom.
Okay, well,
right.
That's all our questions. And maybe we'll leave it at that.
Sounds good.
Thank you, everyone that gave us those. All those.
That was excellent.
Loads.
So, tomorrow we have the money show, guys.
Yes.
It's going to be a goodie.
Yes.
So we've got a very unique twist on that one, because you'll notice that we do the money shows based on like 12 lessons from the Prosperity Pack, and each time we take them a little bit differently. Tomorrow's going to be a real good one.
Oh, cool.
So make sure you stay tuned and show up.
Yep.
And what are we doing today, Victoria? Oh, we got some yummy pork. We're going to offend at least 7 major religions with lunch. That'll be great. Tune into the lunch show later on.
Yes.
And
I've got the fire officer, safety officer coming at some point, hopefully.
They have to have an inspection so that they can verify we know how to make a fire. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right,
that's
Alice, welcome to the show.
All right.
All right. Have a lovely day, everyone.
Yes.
Victoria, you want to tell them?
Yes. So what we want to know first is, what was your best bit?
Absolutely.
Just tell us what your best bit was from today.
Yep. What was your favorite thing from today's show?
Yes.
I sort of like favorite.
Favorite?
Favorite.
Okay. What was your favorite?
My favorite way of touching Victoria with my body.
Meanwhile, go to freeneville.com, join us in manifestingmasterycourse.com, and for refunds, go to feelitrealfun.com.
I love doing it.
Yeah.
I want to really perfect that so that whenever I go to the shops, I can impress the Chinese lady.
You always love doing it to them.
Yeah, she loves my tricks. All right.
Cool.
Joe says, please review my comments on this video about my sister-in-law. Will do. Cool. Sure. All right.
Okay.
Sister-in-law, this ought to be good.
So,
all right.
Have a great... I can get the button if you want. Oh, yeah. No. 20's got it. Okay.
The puppy. 1, 2, 3. Yay, Emmett.
Have a great day, night. Catch us tomorrow.
That's right. See ya.
See ya.